I started out the mic. Anyways, big up on yourself, people. Thank you very much for joining. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time span you're watching on. So bad news bearer, some sad news. As in the Jamaican term, if I hear them say, we can't attack. That's the situation. Anyways, so Michail Antonio has withdrawn from the squad. This is according to the West Ham report. This is actually from the West Ham page. I'm not sure what the situation. Not much updates surrounding it. Just stated that Michail Antonio and Kudus have withdrawn from the Jamaica and Ghana squad respectively, having been called up by their country earlier this month. So, yeah, and this was actually today, which is actually Tuesday. So it didn't necessarily give us any meat to work with the reason why there's no reason. I'm hoping it's not any injury, because even though we'd want to see him play now, you don't want any injury because, for the long term player's career, long term wise, I don't know. But sometimes, when it comes for international duties, where you get to find out is that he tend to go back in a worse shape than he would come in. But not much details surrounding it. I'm really, really hoping that it's not serious and that he will be okay. Other than that, it's sad. Let's get to the fan perspective. We can't get a break. Let me open up my book and show you. I add him to the list right now. Add him to the list. Ethan Pinnock, Demarai Gray, Amari Bell, Shamar Nicholson, Leon Bailey, and now Michail Antonio. You see the caliber players that won't be available for this game. That is basically the top end of our squad. The top end of our squad is now absent. Recently joined him is Michail Antonio. There's not much to say on the situation, because honestly there's not much information on it. Just informed that he has been withdrawn. It's a sad case, and no, this would have made the squad significantly weaker. Who's gonna strike? Maybe he's the one that Romario Williams would have come in for. I don't maybe that's now two players being removed from the squad and only one being introduced. Maybe we can pull another player in the MLS. That's if they're in the professional squad. I'm not sure, but hopefully, it's a sad look. It's really harsh and deflating. To know that a lot of the burden would have now been placed on the back of Michail Antonio, solely because he's now the only striker, like the thoroughbred type striker that we have in the squad. And now that he's out, we are technically out without a thoroughbred striker, and it's going to be difficult. So the burden is going to be reliant on Romario Williams and Corey Burke. I'm very hopeful that these two guys can get the job done. It's going to be tough. It's really, really going to be tough. This is going to be an extremely tough game for us. Now, despite all of this that's happening, and it makes our corner look darker, just maybe, with a little bit more fight, a little bit more extra fight from the players, we still can get the job done. I'm really hopeful. I'm extremely hopeful, people. Where are the goals going to come from? Where all of our goal scorers are out of the squad. Now, luckily, as you guys can see, I did a video earlier highlighting goal scorers. Romario Williams already have one goal and an assist in the Nation League. So, Romario, you the burden upon. It's tough, people. It's tough, and I know it's harsh, and I know it's hard to take, but we have to settle down and rally up, because the job has to be done. We have to get the job done. At the end of the day, football goes on, the world carry on. We can't sit down and cry about it, because we have to play. No matter what the situation, we have to play. So it makes sense to sit down and cry about the situation. It's tough luck, carry on, fight it out. No, this makes it more interesting. If we win without these players, I'm telling them, USA is going to get cooked. Just saying. But if anything likely, we might get cooked by the USA. I'm still hopeful that we can go there and express ourselves and try to do something. I know Al Grimson possibly right now could be sweating, extremely sweating, because his job would have now made extremely harder, about 10 times harder, selecting the squad, preparing the squad. And I know mentally, during this time period, would have been already mentally preparing what he wants Antonio to do, how he wants to set up his team. And now with all of these hinges just piling up on the Reggae Boyz, injuries, withdrawal, and also suspension, it makes it tough. Remember, Trevante Stewart suspended as well, with a striker. So, no, this is where things are going to get interesting, because I think a lot of persons now are going to look at it and they're going to apply more pressure on Al Grimson for the suspension of Liam Bailey, despite a lot of persons already agreeing. But because of the crisis that the team is in right now, that is when you're going to see a bit more pressure being applied on Al Grimson. In the event we don't get a result, they're going to say, hey, look what happened. You suspend the player in Liam Bailey, and now we're without a high-profile attacker. That's football. That is football. If Al Grimson get the job done without all of these high-profile players, I'm telling you, we're gonna be a statue for him. But at the end of the day, it is football. It is general football, and I think that a lot of these players, despite not being here, their support is still going to be with the players who will be there. I'm very hopeful that who will represent it or who will step in the shoes of these players will be able to do it. I see Romario Williams with Michail Antonio shirt on him back, in a back and shirt. So I guess Romario Williams are gonna have to do it. It's very unfortunate, people, but I believe that we can still do something. Not sure exactly what, but we can give a good account of ourselves. It won't be nice, it won't be pretty, that's for sure, but it's gonna be a hard fight game. That means we're gonna have to dig deep. And I did title the video of my preview that it's gonna be a mental game. You have to be, the mentality of the players going to be key. It's going to be crucial to this game. They have to go and want it, and they got to play for it, and not even think about the players who are not here, and just work with who's there, and just put in a shift, get the job done. I'm still confident that we can do something. I know right now that the USA fan base is supposed to be smiling. The Berhalter is supposed to be smiling. I remember Al Grimson already looked at Berhalter and said, in 2 weeks' time, the big victory is coming. And he checked his watch. Berhalter probably sitting in his bed at this moment and just relaxed and said, you know what? We're good to go. Anyways, people, tell us what you think in the comment section. It's quite shocking news actually. Yeah, big up yourself, people. Hit the like button. Never just laugh. Big up, people. Enjoy the rest of the day, people. MG Sports TV. We're out. Boom.